Okay, so look at Sniper Elite 4 at 21:9 and specifically its ultra-wide support. This has been the biggest surprise of 2017. I had low expectations and I've been blown out of the water. Rebellion have really found their stride with this fourth game. I've had my issues with the previous titles, loved them, but always been well aware of their issues, and Rebellion have clearly listened to people's gripes and have just gone all out to create a fantastic game. Anyway, for my full thoughts on the game, check out that video linked in the description or just head over to my channel page and it'll be there. Here we're going to go over the ultra-wide support. And it is bloody perfect. Seriously, I can't fault anything. Gameplay correctly shows off more on the sides, HUD scales to the sides, giving you an uninhibited view of the gorgeous world. Menus are all ultra-wide, cutscenes are amazingly all 21:9, even pre-rendered ones were shot at 21:9, so they just fill the screen for us, and it's oh so damned beautiful. Rebellion, I am absolutely bowled over. It's just fantastic work. Christ, even loading screens zoom to use the entire screen space, not a single black bar to be seen anywhere. There was one moment, and I can say I've yet to see another occurrence, so it's nothing big, but there is one moment where a person pops out of the image in a cutscene, but yeah, it's a lone occurrence. Finally, the map is ultra-wide, the only annoyance here being the inability to zoom out to see the whole map at once, and moving about is not the most sensible thing with the need to push the cursor to the edge of the screen before it will pan anywhere, and the zoom levels are preset so you can't just smoothly zoom in or out, but these are minor points. Oh, and tutorial screens just blur the extra screen space neatly on the side, so again, perfect ultra-wide support. Performance is another amazing point as well. This is the first game to prove to me that DirectX 12 is actually going to be able to provide that big step in gaming performance Microsoft has been promising for so long. And seriously, it's a big step up. So I'm running high to ultra settings at 3440x1440 on a GTX 980 Ti, and with DirectX 11 was getting around 60 FPS on average, and it was okay, playable, but I would have dropped a number of settings to get it into the high 60s for a more comfortable performance. However, switching to DirectX 12 with async compute, Jesus, I kid you not, I jumped to the 80s. It was across the board a 20 FPS increase. I'm genuinely stunned. I did a lot of testing myself to check this, different graphic settings, world areas, and I can say from personal experience it's a reality. DirectX 12 has a massive performance improvement. I also tried DirectX 12 without async compute enabled, and whilst that did give some performance benefit, it wasn't as great. Now, here's where things get a little weird, because I'm on a GTX 980 Ti, and async compute isn't supposed to benefit this card. In fact, Performance Analysis Online has showed in cases it can hurt FPS if turned on for Maxwell cards. So it's strange, I can't deny that I'm seeing better performance with it on. Regardless, when playing, just fiddle with turning async compute on, and then try it with off, and see which runs better, and just use that. Simple. The other fantastic point with performance is the FPS is very stable. I would only fluctuate between 60s and 70s and never see massive dips leading to stuttering or anything to lose that fluidity, with one small exception: bushes. When entered, they have an alpha effect, so you can kind of see through them, and this absolutely murders your performance. I dipped into the 30s at these times, which is no surprise, as suddenly your system is having to render all those pixels multiple times for the same image, as it's rendering the bush, and also what's behind the bush. Basically, I wish they adopted for another way with dealing with hiding in bushes, because it's the only FPS issue throughout the entire game, which is a bit of a shame. Also, be aware, I was playing for about an hour initially in the shooting range to test performance, etc, and I was having terrible performance, but then I got the Nvidia driver update and that sorted out all the screen tearing and jittering I was having, so just be sure that you download that before playing. If you're interested, anti-aliasing in this game has low, medium and high settings. Clearly low is FXAA and high is TXAA, and I'm guessing SMAA is medium, but I can't work that one out as easily as the other two. All three are pretty low performance hitters though. A weird other point you'll see as well is when changing your graphics settings, you're told you have to restart the game to apply settings changes, but whilst it says you need to do that, it doesn't tell you outright which ones need to be restarted for, and when you change any setting in game, it seems to change it live, so Yeah, it's a bit confusing. I restarted just to be sure everything was applied each time anyway. It's just always an effort to have to do that. Another point to note is there is great surround sound support. And talking of sound design, the guns, generally all sounds in fact, just sound so much more satisfying and solid in this. Really, I like that change. So if you haven't already guessed, this gets a damned easy WideAsFcuk score of 5. No question, this is the best ultra-wide game I've seen in 2017 yet, and it sets the bar damned high for competition. Well done, Rebellion. Anyway, as I said, if you want to see my full thoughts on the game, then check out that video linked in the description, or just head over to my channel and it'll be there. So I hope that gives you some information on how the game runs at 21:9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any of the games at 21:9, head over to my channel. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. And if you'd like to support the channel, the links to my Patreon page are in the description. See you later.
Now then, how best to deal with this one?